lot of unexpected things. Some people expected them, but not in this way, especially with the New Day. I got to start with that. I got to.
Hold on. Let me just start by saying I mentioned that Big E was going to help the New Day stay together. I didn't know it was going to be with him being kicked out necessarily, though.
I don't think anybody expected that, man, because they was building up to it. Even Adam Pearce had the New Day shirt on social media. He like, everybody ready to celebrate. This is the 10-year anniversary of the New Day. I want to ask you, I'm going to preface with this. Do you have any favorite New Day moments?
Wow, it's funny you asked me this question. Well, I got to be that guy right now. So I got to be honest, I've always been indifferent with the New Day. I liked them, but I didn't like them because I'll admit I was kind of on that side of the internet was like, oh, there go these guys shucking and jiving and whatnot, throwing pancakes and all that. Because mind you, I didn't see the New Day when it first accepted back in 2014. So I missed most of it. By the time I saw them, it was late 2016 where they're more into their, at least in their better phase, I guess.
Mhm.
So if I do have to pick a better favorite moment, it was naturally them. Okay. Big E and Xavier Woods running the gauntlet to help Kofi Kingston get the world title shot. That's one. Another one is them hosting WrestleMania. And granted, it's more of a Hardy Boys moment, but that moment when they introduced the surprise tag team, they all kind of fooling me thinking it was going to be them. Yeah, that's another one too. They have a lot of cool moments. Like I said, I've always been indifferent with the New Day. I liked them, but it's like, but I do like them. I respect them. One of the greatest tag teams of all time. Factions even.
Yeah, I love it. I love them, man. It's a lot of things we can relate to them with, like with all the stuff they like, from like pop culture. Because I used to listen to their podcast like every week. I love it. I wish they'd bring it back. I wish well, now they won't. I'm pretty sure where how things going, but I used to love to hear their podcast. And some of my favorite moments is of course, so Kofi Mania. That's just a given. That's just you gotta love that. The WrestleMania 32, I believe, when it was in Dallas, Texas, when they came out the Booty-O's box, they came out as Dragon Ball Z characters. Well, Dragon Ball Z gear. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah, I guess it was nice though.
Especially their matches with the Usos. That's some of the greatest tag team matches I've ever seen, and rivalry I've ever seen. One of the greatest rivalries.
Tag team.
Like them continuously getting the tag team titles and probably having the most in WWE, I'm pretty sure by now. So it's a lot. And I love, like I said, I just love to see three African American gentlemen come together, not being a total. I mean, it's some things a stereotype and people to look down on, but they're also just different. And it's not the regular stereotype of, thugs or. It's kind of preachers. They try to start it off as like they're supposed to be preachers, but they formed it into something of their own and made it very unique and different. But building up in the past few years has been a little stagnated. It's been a little, some people call it, like I said, dry and, kind of washed a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so with this, the budding and Xavier biggest thing, he was talking about how he lost the
broader moment.
Yeah, he Kofi lost to Brock Lesnar in like 6 to 8 seconds, and pissed it all away with all they built up for his world title reign. And so, and all that is a lot of stuff that has been said like on the internet, but for them to say it to each other it made it that much more impactful.
Yeah, I just real quick to that whole thing. Xavier Woods could say that to Kofi Kingston all he wanted to, but he was right there with Kofi. It's like, no, neither him nor Big E was pushing Kofi to go after the world title again. So it's like, I hear you, Xavier, but you're culpable for not even, I don't know, being like, Kofi, you just going to take that? You going to let him do you like that? I don't know.
Yeah, and then, like I said, especially when Big E went down, it was on them to carry the load. And keep the New Day thing alive. And so, but like I said, it's still, to a lot of people, it's been stale. And like, come on, do something new. Or I know you're New Day, but you ain't doing nothing new. And so this is new. This is a different way to be creative, for them to be creative instead of doing the same old thing every time you see them, throwing the pancakes or just dancing around. And they did get the NXT Tag Team titles in the recent year. So I mean that was an accomplishment, but without Big E, it's just been kind of him and Han, and like I said, stayed in one place. And
So
so,
how did you feel about the segment though?
yeah, that's what I'm about to get to right now.
Okay.
Very much enjoyed the segment. It seemed like especially when they saw the props out there when because they was showing the camera, both of them separately coming to the ring in the back. But when they got out there together, they saw all the memorabilia of the 10 years. So all the stuff that they did and the stuff they'd accomplished and the pictures and whatnot. They can help us smile. Even though it was bad last week with the argument they had, they could help us smile to see all of that. And so it was a moment just within that. Kofi Kingston was about to say, it's been a good run, but it's coming to the point where he might need to go our separate ways. That's the way everybody was, feeling he was going with it.
Yeah, well, Xavier Woods, when he came out the whole "this is not your fault," the divorced dad speech, that is, I started kind of laughing at that, like, oh man, they're really about to do it, and they're going to do it like that. I thought I loved it.
Yeah.
The build-up was pretty big. I kind of like how they were doing it.
Yeah, because like I said, and that's why I actually what was your favorite moment? Because like I said, you see some of those moments in the pictures and the memorabilia that was out there on the ramp and in the ring. But like Kofi was saying, it's come to this point. It seems like the best option. I'll paraphrase, he didn't say exactly. But then Big E music hit, and I got hype off of that. I was like, "Thank you, finally here!" Like I was singing along with the song, and so Biggie came out there, kind of down. He's happy to see it. Like he was happy to see those, the memorabilia also, just like they were. And so he came out there saying, "This can't be it." You know what I'm saying? And he come to the point where he's saying, "I will be here every week." He kind of built it up. I'll be here every week, champion y'all on. I'll be cheering for y'all. I'll be y'all managers every week. And it is where. I mean, he said a little bit more. It was very heartfelt, and he was like preaching about it, and how much he loved these two guys.
Yeah, he was saying how he was in the hospital. They were there every day with him. They came and supported him. He was talking about how they were close to getting fired, and that they pretty much helped keep themselves together. And one of the worst days of his life, the scariest moments of his career, the two of them were beside him for hours, making sure he was good. And he was in a neck brace for a few months. He gave a lot of praise and adulation to them for all the help they gave him. And he was pretty much coming out there saying, "Listen, I see you guys are going through it, and I want to reciprocate that and provide you with the same help and need and support." He had other plans.
Yeah. And the crowd was behind it, but it was like, okay, finally, yeah, Biggie gonna be here every week. Okay, we've been waiting to see Biggie back. No matter what, he been on the pre-shows and post-shows for the PLEs and whatnot. But so we happy to see him back every week on our TV. We waiting to see Biggie do something. Like even I proposed a long time ago. I was like, yeah, he could have been doing this.
Interesting.
Because my thought was, he didn't want to be around it as much because he can't get in that ring, and that's just hurtful. He can't be in the ring. He has to do the desk job and be at the desk and talk about it, and go down from an injury. But I mean, you did it about every month anyway. I guess that's the same reasoning Xavier Woods and Kofi had. Xavier Woods talked first, saying, "Now you want to come back?"
All right. Now you watch us a few months after watch us argue on the edge of the cliff. The last thing you want to do is jump. Now you want to come back? Love it.
Yeah, right. You're like, we about to end this, and now you want to show up and feel like you saving the day. Okay. And then so we kind of expected that from Xavier because from the way he been acting for the past, couple months or whatnot. But then Kofi comes in and says, "Yeah, you broke your neck, but so what?"
I mean, oof. I gotta admit, when he said that, that was a bit much from a degree, because you figured Kofi would be the reasonable one in this situation, but now he was like, "I don't want to hear that. I ain't trying to hear none of that noise."
Right. So because he like, man, Stone Cold came back after that. Kurt Angle came back.
Kurt Angle won a gold medal on a broken freaking neck. He didn't come back. He continued, all right? He never stopped.
But but Kareem still had injuries throughout the years, and he still came back from those injuries.
No, I know, but it's just that moment. I mean,
Yeah,
a gold medal in the
yeah,
Olympics. He never stopped.
exactly.
He broke his neck. All of a sudden, he had to get carted out. Ugh.
I feel so bad even saying that because it's terrible. Like, bro, come on, bro. I mean, be reasonable about this. You supposed to be my brother. Be reasonable. But yeah, they continue to say stuff like that and saying you didn't even need surgery. Xavier Woods needed surgery at his what is it? His ACL or
No, Xavier Woods said he needed, I think Xavier said he needed surgery on his ACL. I
yeah.
can take a look and see real quick.
And it came off the bone, you know what I'm saying? And I came back for y'all. And Kobe was like, yeah, this is supposed to be about the group before everything else.
He tore his Achilles tendon off the bone.
Okay, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty serious. That's what took Kobe out the game.
Man, RP Kobe. But yeah, man, so they going through all this and you focusing on your outside projects. And they even brought his girlfriend in it.
Catching strays.
She caught her stray. And he dating on Mia Yim or Michin's sister.
Yeah.
And so, and then boy, she had some fire comebacks on X. I seen on Twitter X. So we'll talk about that in a second. But let's keep to the segment. So he said, Kobe talking about, man, it's about the group. It's about this before anything else. We continue to come back. Because really we got wives, we got kids, and we continue to come back for this group. Time and time and again, injuries or not. And so, like I said, it's very unreasonable content that they pulling out here for their reasoning. But it comes to a point. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with them, but I see some things of how people are. Like somebody go down for an injury on the team, like you feel sorry for them, but after a while, it's like, dang, okay, so are you gonna try to come back? Or I mean, you kind of get antsy about it because your group and your livelihood and your career is on the line because you attached to them.
No, I know. Because funny you mentioned that. That's what happened with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant said that when he got hurt, he felt like it was pressure to come back. Remember, he tore his Achilles, and he was like, the players just kept looking at him like, okay, you good now? Like, we need you. He's like, yeah, that's why he felt like he rushed back too soon. And he tore his Achilles in the playoffs. I get you. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's still not reasonable because that's supposed to be your brother. And not only, like I said, not just your friends, y'all also be family. Like I said, he held your daughter, and you was there in his big moments. Y'all there for the past 10 years in each other's big moments. You know what I'm saying? Personal and professional career.
Yeah, I get that. But I'm going to play a little devil's advocate only because of the standpoint of one key line in a promo. Kofi Kingston, our philosophy since day one, since the jump, has always been about brotherhood before anything else. The New Day before anything else. We before me. That's the philosophy has always been. But you broke your neck and you chose yourself. You mentioned before how you stated how Big E probably didn't want to go out there because he probably felt like, he missed it or something like that. That is kind of a selfish intent. I can see it from a standpoint because it's like, Big E, you've been doing pre-shows for a minute. It ain't like no one's asked you to come back in the ring, but you legit could have been coming back at ringside. I mean, you could have been doing the whole intro. You could have been doing all of that for a long time. And now you wait till this thing gets to a boiling point. You talk about it's supposed to be brothers. Well, if they're supposed to be brothers, then wouldn't you stop, even before it got to what happened last week, when they were kind of snide-eyeing each other during the whole Odyssey Jones phase? I feel like Biggie should have came and be like, okay, listen, you guys look like you may be a little uneasy. Everything going on. Nah, Biggie didn't do none of that. Biggie was out there doing a pre-show. Yeah, okay, maybe I'll join you later. Now instead it's the 10th anniversary of the New Day, because Big E, I'll make a case he was still in the spotlight from the New Day's 10th anniversary by showing up. Ain't nobody heard that theme song since when? Since he was wrestling. I don't like that.
You can't really steal the spotlight of something you was a part of.
Well, you can if you come out with your own theme song. He is a New Day member. He could have came out with a new. He could have done it. Oh, that is the thing we all want to hear.
Yeah.
You never hear it again.
Yeah.
But no, he chose this theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why he's on the second tier. He's not even top tier New Day no more. He's second tier New Day. He's NXT New Day until you get back up to the top pitch.
Yeah, okay, I see you got the little settle. I see it. Okay, but and then continue to say all this, and Biggie just, I mean, you just felt for Biggie and,
Yeah, I
and
feel
how he
bad
was
for him.
looking.
Yeah.
It's like y'all do it like this, especially when he was calling Woods' name, and Woods could barely look at him
Yeah, want to look at him in the face like, don't you?
because he was like Woods, and so I was like, oh, that part got me right there, and it was like, Kofi, you too, and so
Right?
yeah.
Did that part. Because even, like I mentioned before, Kofi Kingston, I expect him to be so gun-ho about it. Man.
Yeah, and so Xavier just telling him, man, just go back to your desk job, and they continue to do that because we don't need you, man. We don't need you. And like I said, Big E wouldn't try to let it go. But Kofi kind of he could try to come in for a hug, like that's all because they always do like a 3-man hug and they bounce around the ring. But he was kind of going, seemed like he was going for that, but they just wasn't having. They was pushing him out, and then he just finally left.
Maybe he
And
should have went in for a scissor. He probably would have went in if he did a scissor.
nah, we ain't doing it. We ain't that claimed out here.
Nobody loves the Acclaim.
Not anymore.
Talk about another tag team.
It was sad, but when he left, Kofi turned to Xavier and said, "It's just us, bro. It's just us." So it's Kofi's finally. It seemed like he finally given in to what Xavier been wanting for the past couple months of his plan. Like, it's just about us. Let's go at any cost and do what we got to do to win and stay relevant. You know what I'm saying? And do what we've been doing the past 10 years and winning. And doing what we have to do to win. We could just go about it a different way right now. Big E is gone. It's just us now. We're going to do it ourselves. So, like I say, it's not reasonable, but in a way you could see their point and like what we've been saying. Like he could have came back. If he could offer him to be a manager now, he could have been a manager or something months ago. Like we were saying, because he's been at the shows.
Yeah, he's there. So yeah, see, I don't know. I say it is reasonable. I guess I take the side of the New Day. I get where they're coming from. I feel Big E's hurt too. I really do. I feel bad for the guy because he never really. I do, but I don't. Cause it's like you feel like he never got his chance to have a say. But it's like, dude, you've been there the whole time. That's what I hate about wrestling. One of my biggest tropes in wrestling that I hate is that no one communicates with each other unless it's on camera. You remember when the Usos was trying to get in touch with Roman, I think it was, and you weren't answering. Nobody's like, yeah, but you saw him at a wedding. Like, man, come, you don't talk to each other outside of, you're on social media all day. So I was like, come on. I don't know. It's one of the tropes I hate in wrestling. From the standpoint of it, I get it. Dude, we've been going back and forth, and it's like, you ain't going to jump in and say nothing? How you want to say something? So I get it. I really do. Like I said, I take their side in it. Big E, you come in so late, and now you want this big welcome back. Dude, we passed this point. It's so funny how they were on the verge of breaking up, and now their common bond is their dislike or hatred towards Big E. It's the weirdest twist of irony in the story.
Yeah, it's not total hatred. It's just total. It's like resentment.
Well, that's a good word, resentment.
It's resentment. It's like I was saying, it's like your teammate been down, but it's like you could do something for us. I understand you don't want to be put in harm's way because a lot of people, even if they're on the outside, they can still be put in harm's way or be attacked, and he don't want to mess his neck up.
Yeah, but you can still be on the sideline. I mean, even LeBron's hurt. He comes on the sideline.
Yeah,
he watches.
But like I said, but you're offering, but the fact that you're offering it now, and so it's something that you're not telling us that you're cleared a little bit, or what? And
That's what I was thinking
would you be
too.
able to do that months ago? If you was able to do that, especially if you were able to do that months ago, no, bro, you should have been helped us.
Let me ask you, did you think they were going to attack him at any point?
Yes.
Me too. I was like, oh my God, they would hit him. I didn't want them to hit him, but I was like,
yeah, I didn't want it, but I thought it was going to happen because, like years ago, especially if Vince McMahon was still in charge, I think it would have probably happened in some way. But right now, it's more of a nuanced type thing where they talking everything out. And much more needs to be explained from Kofi and Xavier Woods because, like I said, y'all was at each other's throats. And now the Big E's in. Now y'all really want to be tied together and go forward with this.
Yeah, I want to hear the mission statement too. Like, what is your new goal as a new day type thing?
Yeah, what is your mission statement, and what is this going to look like? Are we getting a new theme?
No, they should keep the same theme just for the sake of it. Don't even change the theme song.
I don't know, bro. I think they gotta get some, and they gotta either
Well,
remix it like they did Shinsuke. New
didn't they
thing. Just remix it.
didn't they start off as a heel faction though?
Yes.
Well, they had the theme song then. That's what made it irony.
I get it, but I don't know. I feel like something in the presentation has to change at this moment because
Okay, I get you.
another reason, and that's another reason why they went so hard with this, the way they did, because it's hard to see them be healed, especially Kofi.
After what they did to Big E, I don't think it's that hard.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why they had to go so hard with this.
That's what you say. Yeah, okay, I get you.
Yeah,
they did.
because
Yeah,
even
they
the
did a good
WWE
job.
social media said, "Good morning, everybody," except Xavier
Except
Woods
the new,
and
yeah.
Kofi.
I saw that too, which that's petty.
Yeah, they'll be petty for that. But I'm really intrigued on how this goes forward. 'Cause like I said, I need more explanation. I need to know how this looks and how they are portrayed as heels. And in a way, I hope they do it well. Because I feel like they will. Actually, I think especially Xavier, he been wanting to be a heel for a long. Because like I said, I listened to the podcast. I used to listen to the podcast, and he would talk about, man, if we could just go back heel, I feel like we do so much with that. And so here we are. Now they could do it. And I'm ready to see how it looks, how they portray, and can they get those Raw Tag Team titles away from the Judgment Day? I know they're heels also. And so is there some kind of way they could go for those tag titles?
Yeah, I'll tell you how. You got to do a, I hate these word transitional champion for this group, but Otis and Tozawa, they're pretty big. The crowd likes them. I think if they won the tag titles off of the Judgment Day, it'll be a surprise, a happy surprise. And then, had them on a decent run and knew they just take it from them. Much like how Damage Control got the women's tag titles? They took them off Katana Chance and the other girl. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. Or even then, Alba Fire and them. How Bianca and Jade, transitional champions ain't always so bad. Like I said, Tozawa and Otis, they got a little fan-like, and the only face team I can think of. Check out to see if there's any other ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of. Most of them are heels. Well, I'm except the War Raiders. They just lost to Judgment Day, so I don't know if they get another shot right off the bat.
I don't know if they're faces. I don't know what the War Raiders are, honestly. I don't know how to categorize them.
They're baby faces. I believe baby faces. But I'm trying to think of another, like, tag team that could just get the titles real quick and then,
That's face? Okay, yeah, it really is just going to come down to Otis and LWO, unless you want to do Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah, because it works out with Xavier and okay, yeah, I guess it would work out.
That would be perfect because, like I said, Xavier did have a problem with them where they had too much information. Kofi was giving them too much information about their matches.
Yeah.
And Xavier Woods did beat Rey Mysterio. And so that would be perfect. Rey and Dragon Lee get the tag team titles. Or,
huh? You about to say the other two?
Yeah.
Cruz, Del Toro, Jekyll. I was about to say, I should have mentioned them, but yeah, we all know who the stars of this team is.
Yeah, we barely see them. So that's why I say, go ahead and give the Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. Let them have a moment together. And they take it off of them. That would be perfect.
Real quick update. Dragon Lee is the speed champion, for those who may not know.
No, I didn't know.
There you go. Yeah.
Appreciate your
update. Just want to put that up. Anyway, that'll be